Yo, welcome back, guys. So today I plan on completely stripping out the rest of this engine bay. At least I'm going to try get out as much as I can. Try to get this ready and finish prepping this bay for paint. Color, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing yet. It's up between two colors. So I'm going to start by taking out all the brake booster and clutch booster, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm back. If you don't know how to remove a brake booster on an S14, pretty much there's these four bolts right here, 12 millimeter. They are right there. There's four of them, two right there, and then two, it's kind of hard to see, but right up in there. Oh, hold on, this is kind of hard to do. There's two up there and two up there. 12 mil, and then there is this pin right here that holds the actual, there's like a fork. It'll make sense once I get it out, but there's a fork that holds the booster to the pedal. So I'm gonna get this out and I'll show you. Alright, so now that it's out, it makes a little bit more sense. So you got these four 12 millimeter bolts. This holds it to the firewall. And I was pointing to it in the last clip. These are those bolts. And then that pin I was talking about, this fork is what holds the pedal to the booster. So the actual pedal comes between here, and then this pin is held in by this cotter key kind of thing. And that's what holds your pedal to your booster. So all you do is hit these four bolts, hit that pin, which is a pain in the ass, and then undo your master cylinder from the front, and you can just pull it out. Just got to wiggle it out a little bit, and then you'll have it out just like that. So I'm going to move on to the clutch and then try to free up some of these extra lines here. Alright, so I figured I'd show you how to remove the clutch master now. It's pretty easy. There's only really three bolts that hold it in. So you got this upper bolt here and that lower bolt. You can see that there. So all you got to do is get a 12 mil socket on there. It's the easiest, and get those off. And then there is another pin and fork set up just like this on the inside, and I'll show you that once I get those two bolts off. Alright, so it's a little cramped in here, but that's the fork I was talking about, and there is the pin right there. So all you got to do is pull that pin and push, or pull that cotter pin right there and push that pin through, and then this fork here is going to be free. You just hit those two bolts right up there, and the clutch master will come right out. Alright, so I got that pin out. I got both those bolts out. You can see there's, again, one down there and one up top. Now that you got both of those out, you can just pull this right out. Kind of maneuver around some of these wires. Alright. This can be kind of a bitch. I don't have it disconnected, but that's okay. Just get that out. There we go. Set that aside. And that is how you remove your brake booster and your clutch master cylinder. So now, the next step for me, now that I got both of those out of the way, and that's starting to get cleaned up pretty well over there. One of these lines goes right through, and this was an ABS, so that's kind of why all the brake lines are set up like this. So I need to get a new brake master cylinder and run all new brake lines. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm not going to do any of that until I have the engine bay painted. It's just kind of how I want to do it. This way I'm not running lines, unbolting, my brake booster 100 times. I just want to do it once. So I'm going to wait until after the engine bay is painted to do that. The steering column I'm going to keep in the car when we paint it. I'll just tape it up. I don't feel like pulling out my whole column. Charcoal canister, not quite sure what I'm doing there yet. And I'm just going to finish clearing out that back corner and start working over here. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to get this clutch master cylinder out of the way. And I'm following the line down. And right here at this junction, I've tried to remove that before. And it's just not going to happen. Not without cutting the line. So what I think I'm going to do is hit that bolt and that 12 mil bolt and try to just take out this whole loop all at once. And just set this whole thing aside and then worry about that later. But this way it's out of my way and that's one less line I got to deal with. This one here is for my charcoal canister. That line right there. So I might undo that there and try to figure out, maybe look up on Zilvia or post on one of the forums. See what I can do to get rid of this charcoal canister. Just get that out of the way. And then got fuel lines here, which I don't really want to get rid of out of the bay, so I might just undo one of the lines somewhere along here. Maybe down here or up here somewhere and see what that does. If I do keep these lines, I'll just tape over them. It's not a problem. And then this here, that is a brake line to go to the rear. So I can keep that and then maybe just tie right into that. Depending on the condition of the brake lines, which I might do anyways. But yeah, so that's where I am. I'm slowly getting there. So I'll get back to you. Alright guys, welcome back. So I got that line out of the way. This is the brake line here. Charcoal canister is still in. I just undid that one spot. Got the fuel lines off. I just left them there and just set it under there into the now growing tomb of parts. Now I'm just working on trying to maybe get this harness out. I know it's a little bright over here because of those lights, but if I can get that harness out, that would be awesome. So that's currently what I'm trying to do, and I'll get back to you when I decide what I've done. Alright guys, so for now I decided that I'm just going to leave the harness in. I got most of the stuff out, most of the big stuff that I wanted to do tonight, so I'm going to call it here. I'll probably have to pull my dash and do a bunch of stuff to just get this harness out of the way, and I just don't feel like doing that tonight. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.